Here are 5 ways I use Chat GPT to increase my productivity by 189% every single week. And I'm keeping my absolute favorite down to number 5, but I know you're all busy, so I'm just going to dive into it right now. Number 1, I like to think of Chat GPT as kind of like the intern I never had, to basically push off a bunch of work that I hate doing again and again and again. And one of those is having Chat GPT build up foundational code so then I can iterate and make it better after that. For example, a lot of people always ask, like, they want a banner on their staging or their UAT environment that's not production, so that when you're looking at that site, you can see that it says, I'm in staging. So therefore, you're not worried about production data. I've done this a bunch of times in the past, but with ChatGPT, I was able to do it in literally 10 minutes and ship it up. Number two is basically just saying, refactor this. There are many times when I'm diving into a PR and I'm reviewing someone's code, and I look at something and I think, this could be better. This could be more efficient, but I don't know where it is. It's just on the tip of my tongue. ChatGPT will help me out there. I can say, look at this code. I think it can be faster. I think I can refactor it. Can you help me here? I also try to give it test cases so that we can know that we're still maintaining the same level of features and we don't have any regressions. Number 3, I've always been bad at SQL. It's just never been that important as I grew into my career. But now, when I'm digging into a database, ChatGPT can help me build any query I can think of. I know if I give myself enough time, I can figure out how to find the right efficient query in SQL. With ChatGPT, I just basically say, this is what I want. Can you make this into a SQL query? And it does it. It's great. And it has allowed me to build up queries that I never could have done in a million years without its help. Since I'm not that great with SQL, I can give it a complex problem and have it help me build the query and have it working. For example, one time I was just trying to find missing data, and I just knew that there were sequential IDs. So if I could find what IDs were missing from the database, then I know what kind of data was missing. And within 30 minutes, I was able to find all the records in the database that have lost their records and be able to provide value for the business. Number 4 is pretty obvious, but I can learn anything now. I can learn anything twice as fast, 3 times as fast, I don't know. But one thing, as you start getting further into your career in software, you start to learn little things about a lot, but maybe not be an expert in everything. But as long as you know a little bit of things, that's a foothold to try to learn more about that. So now, armed with ChatGPT, I can dive into any language I've never touched before and be able to ask it questions directly and have it tutor me using a frame of reference of other languages and frameworks that I've used in the past, and have ChatGPT explain how it is in this new language. For example, I've always been working in Ruby on Rails for many years, and now trying to jump into some Go code. Instead of going through tutorial hell, I'm actually having ChatGPT train me and teach me the different topics and have me analyze existing code so I can understand it more in the wild, live at work, versus going through a tutorial to try to build a to-do app. That doesn't sound interesting. And the last one, number 5, this is kind of a dumb one, but I love it so much. One of the big things about production support is that when stuff breaks in your application, you get an error log. And the problem is that usually is not formatted very nicely. It's a big JSON blob, or it's a stack trace, or it even could be an HTTP payload that is just a big text blob. All I do is copy, paste, and say, ChatGPT, clean this up. And there it is. I know there's a bunch of tools that can do this too, but like having someone just say, clean this up is so much easier and so much more fun. And on top of that, I just recently started doing this. We all hate this part of diagnosing production support, time zones. So when I'm digging through a bunch of data and I have it in ChatGPT, I can say, change all these timestamps to the mountain time zone so that I have a proper frame of reference. I don't have to go onto like another website to like switch it from UTC to mountain. I just have ChatGPT and it tells me exactly what time zone it is, and I can go from left to right, wherever, and answer the questions and solve the problems much faster versus always using all these random tools on the internet just because time zones suck, I am loving this part of AI, is how it's making my life better. So anyone in the comments, just tell me how you're using it and let's try to think of cool tricks of making our lives easier each and every day. So go ahead and make a comment about your best trick with ChatGPT or tool. I don't care. This is really fun and interesting. And actually, I'm going to continue making more videos like this about tips and tricks using ChatGPT or even Copilot in the future. So go ahead and like and subscribe if you want more of this content. And let me know in the comments if you want to hear any other topics around this area. But just have fun. See you out there.